All right, so if you think back to the very first time you tried on the Adidas ULTRABOOST, this thing was revolutionary and game-changing from a casual wearer's perspective. This really had a very large cult following, even though this was presented as a running sneaker. 5-6 years later, you can see there's a lot of other sneakers on the market now that really offer that same sort of first impression sensation that you got from trying on the original ULTRABOOST. So I wanted to show you guys some of the other shoes that I reviewed recently that are really comfortable type sneakers, and which ones have given me that same sort of Adidas ULTRABOOST sort of sensation when I tried them on. What's going on, guys? Hess here, CollectiveKicks.com. If you guys would like to shop this week's top sneaker deals that I've curated for you guys, go ahead and check the link in the description. If you guys want to buy any of these sneakers that I'm going to be talking about in this video, also check the links in the description. I've done individual reviews on a lot of these shoes as well, so if you guys subscribe to my channel, go check out some of those videos also. As I mentioned in the intro, the Adidas ULTRABOOST, from a casual perspective, was just one of those mainstays in a lot of sneaker people's rotation, just because it was so incredibly comfortable. It was stylish. It really changed the dynamic of what people thought of when they thought of footwear from a casual perspective. Something that the Adidas ULTRABOOST delivered that nobody else at the time was delivering was a soft, cloud-like feel on the midsole. But not only was it soft and cloud-like, it was also responsive. It had a lot of cushion and give to the midsole, and it was just something that we weren't really used to. We're used to a hard rubber midsole. But Adidas really changed the game with this TPU compound, with these little boost pellets that are all combined in the midsole. It really helped pave the way for what we have in today's market for running comfort sneakers, in my opinion. So as we know, all the shoes that I'm going to show you are basically running sneakers. There is a crossover from some of those sneakers though that have a lifestyle segment, and that's the reason why I check them out and let you guys know whether or not it's worth trying them. So this one is always a mainstay no matter what, the Adidas ULTRABOOST, but since then, we do have all these others out here. So the price point I'm going to show you guys on all these other shoes are around $135 to $180, but on any given day, you can get all of these basically for $150. From the beginning, I'll say that any of these shoes that you give a try have a lot of great sensation on your feet from a casual perspective. Some of them have more cloud-like feel, some of them are softer, some of them are lighter, some of them are a little bit more responsive, some of them have better traction on the bottom, and some of them have better uppers. But ultimately, they all have a really good experience on feet, and really it's just worth trying any of these out that you can, just to see if it's something that is a match for you. As we know, all of our feet are unique. My foot type might not be the same as yours. I have a pretty flat foot. Some of you guys are maybe 100 pounds and have a really high arc. That's going to be the opposite of what I like. So just throwing that out there, I'm a little bit of a heavier dude and I have a flat foot, no arc. So for me, there's a certain sensation that I like on my feet, and that sensation is more of that cloud-like, pillowy, soft, squishy feel. When you step down, you feel that squish. I don't really care necessarily about the responsiveness and the bounce back and the snap, because for me, I'm not running in these shoes. I'm just using these casually to walk around, go to the grocery store, go to the park, those type of things. Nothing really crazy. Also, these are all great choices for vacation because of that. It's just a lot of walking in these shoes instead of running. But obviously, if you're runners out there and you can vouch from these from a running perspective, leave a comment in the comment section for those people that are interested in that as well. And I'll be sure to check out the comment section as well, because for those people that do run, that are sneakerhead type people out there as well, I always appreciate your guys' perspective, because you guys have a lot of great feedback for those people that want to know more about these from a performance perspective. So I'm going to just basically go over these just randomly, but I'm going to rank them at the end of the video from left to right of what I personally think is the most comfortable to least comfortable out of the 8 that I'm going to show you guys. Just to give you guys the intro on the shoes though, we have the Nike Pegasus Turbo 2 featuring Zoom X and React. We have the Skechers Go Run Max Road 4 featuring Hyperburst. We have the New Balance 1080 V10 featuring that Fresh Foam X. We have the Nike Cruiser 1 featuring Nike React. We have the Saucony Triumph 17 featuring the Power Run Plus. We have the Hoka Stinson ATR 5 featuring the Hoka One technology, I believe. As you guys have corrected me, it's not 1-1, which it's confusing, but whatever. We have the Adidas ULTRABOOST 20, which features the Adidas Boost material. And we have the Nike Infinity Reacts here, featuring that Nike React technology once again. All of these I've reviewed, and I really like the majority of these out here. The one that I was going to add to the mix that I just did not was the Asics pair that I got recently. That was just terrible. It just did not work for my feet, so I ended up sending those ones back. $150 was the price point on those, but they were not working from a casual perspective. That being said, I do have another pair of Asics that are on the way still, haven't been shipped yet, that I will be doing a review on that's supposed to be more in line with the comfort of these. So first up, the Nike Pegasus Turbo 2. If you guys have followed me the last couple years, you know the Pegasus Turbo 1 was my favorite shoe from the previous year. The Pegasus Turbo 2 is also another really, really great shoe. One of my favorites from last year as well. So this is just a really, really insanely comfortable shoe. However, they do have some problems because of the combination of the material. So you have Nike React on the bottom, then you have Nike Zoom X on the top. The Zoom X is like the softest, craziest material on the top, and they marry the two together. On the Widow's Peak on the back is where things fall apart, unfortunately. And actually, my wife's pair, she wore them once, and hers actually have a huge cut in the back. So that's one thing. And I know a lot of people have had them split on the back, but to literally have them fall apart like that was pretty terrible. I think that if they fixed the big, huge horn on the back, though, people would really enjoy the comfort of these shoes. As for my feet, I personally love this comfort because it's so soft and squishy on your midsole. Like, it's amazingly good on feet, and it's very lightweight. It's really breathable as well. And all in all, the Pegasus Turbo 1 or 2 is just one of my top 5 shoes pretty much ever by Nike, regardless of the flaw in the back, which I personally haven't ran into. The price point is $180, but I have seen these as low as $110 or so on sale. And I suspect with it being 2020 now, we'll see these deep discounted soon, as they probably are going to be announcing something better in the next versions, which means these are a great opportunity to buy if you're looking for something with really soft cushioning on feet and that's lightweight. Next up is this Skechers Go Run Max Road 4. Terrible looking shoe. I just did a video on these. One of those shoes that I said no sneakerhead would ever try because it's a Skechers shoe. Skechers running is just one of those things where they actually have some technology behind them that is actually pretty interesting and actually not bad on feet. This is actually really good from a casual perspective. It's super soft on feet, very large midsole, but it's really squishy, and I don't know how to explain it other than it's way better than I anticipated, and I'd actually recommend you trying them just to see the sensation on feet. I don't like Skechers at all, but the Hyperburst technology, though, is really something. The fact that they take this really small baby midsole and literally pressure cook it, and then it pops up like popcorn into this soft, squishy, cellular-like midsole, the technology is like, wow, like I can't believe they came up with it, first of all. But Hyperburst is nothing like Skechers Burst, which I covered in my review. Skechers Burst was terrible. It was like a textured foam midsole. This is like an actual midsole that is like an actual technology behind it that's soft and squishy, responsive, and it's really cloud-like on feet and lightweight as well. I know they have other models that feature this Hyperburst technology also, but this one is actually really good on feet and is the cheapest one on the table at $135. I hate to say it, but try it out and see what you think. From a casual perspective, this one is actually really good. Next up, we have that New Balance 1080 V10 featuring the Fresh Foam X, and oh my gosh, this one might be my favorite shoe of 2020 so far. Now, I know a lot of these came out at the end of 2019. I just have never heard of any of them because I wasn't even looking at this segment of running sneakers. I thought Boost and React were pretty much the only things, but Fresh Foam was also something that I tried on in the past. It was not very good. Fresh Foam X, though, was definitely better. Super soft, super squishy on feet. Reminds me of Nike React, but is honestly more soft and squishy than Nike React. Maybe it's the delivery in this midsole specifically, but it is so good on feet. It's super soft. It's really squishy. The upper design I don't really like on the shoe, but the comfort and the fit of the shoe for myself personally is amazing. Also, they do have extra wide and wide feet versions of the model, which is what I ended up buying and made all the difference in the world. I mean, this thing's super wide, really good for my feet. And to recap, I went true to size on the other two, but I went true to size on this one as well, 9.5. It's my regular shoe size. But this one, hands down, is one of my favorite shoes of 2020 that I tried out thus far. Like, it's just one of those shoes that I find myself going to time and time again. Amazingly comfortable. I just wish they'd have a better upper on the shoe and one for lifestyle specifically with the same midsole, and I'd be in heaven. This thing is really good. And this one's $150 new. Great price point for what you actually get in the shoe. It's just really good. Another $150 contender here, the Nike Cruiser 1. This one has a huge React midsole. It's probably the heaviest one out here of all the shoes, but the React midsole is so massive on this one. The comfort is definitely there. It's really big, it's soft, it's squishy, and I like the way it feels on feet. There's a couple things I don't like. One is this really crazy fuzzy liner of the shoe is just really warm. But other than, and the overall look of the upper is not my favorite as well with the big bulbs. But this is a shoe that I've worn out of all the shoes out here that I got the most compliments wearing. Maybe it's because of the bright colors on it. But a lot of people really liked this shoe when I wore these in public and at work and grocery stores. Just random people complimented these shoes. That said, again, they're very heavy. It's a little bit warm around the collar. Super comfortable though. If you're looking for that really nice squish on a midsole, this one is definitely one that has a lot of comfort. and it's worth giving a try. $150 is that price point. The design of the shoe is from Tinker Hatfield, actually made with Phil Knight in mind, the old CEO of Nike basically. And he is a runner, but he's an older runner. So this is made for more of like older runners that are going at a slower pace. And I like it, I dig it, and I like the concept. If I was actually gonna run, this would actually be a shoe that I'd probably run in because it meets my criteria. But really, really good, very, very soft, and probably the most slept on from any Nike React sneakers on the market. One that I'm glad I tried and one of my favorites with that Nike React technology. Next up, one that I know a lot of runners love, and this is the Triumph 17 featuring the Power Run Plus. It looks like that old Saucony Everrun technology, but similar to New Balance how they rebranded the Fresh Foam X, this is a rebrand, and it's also a little bit different than the previous. It's lighter than the previous version. A lot of people said it's really soft and stuff, but honestly, on my feet, I didn't find it to be that soft and squishy, especially comparison to some of the competition out here. That being said, just the sheer volume of the Power Run Plus on the midsole, I think a lot of runners really like these because they are really responsive, and there's a lot of pushback and snap to the shoe when you're actually running in the shoes. So I think that from runners' perspective, people really like them. From my perspective, it's one of the uglier shoes that are out here. The upper is just really weird. The collar back here is really weird how big it is. The tongue is really, really big and puffy. Like the upper is just really not good in my opinion, just from an aesthetic perspective, and just the overall cushioning is just a little bit aggressive. The traction is probably some of the best that I've seen, so that is a plus, and the technology overall is really good also, but still not my favorite out of the others out here. Price point on these are $150, and they are really good on feet. It's just not my favorite out of the group from what I found. The Hoka One, as I guess it's called, not Hoka 1. This is a Stinson ATR 5. I did a video on these because Virgil Abloh and Kanye West have tried out the Hoka sneakers. The midsoles are absolutely insane on these. Just the biggest, hugest midsoles. They're fairly light for the size of the midsole, but they're not light. It's definitely one of the heavier ones out here. Not quite as heavy as these, but these are probably next in line, the second heaviest out here, just because of the volume of that midsole again. For any of those Hoka fans out there, which one have the most cloud-like feel on them? Like, leave a comment and let me know, because I don't know all of the different midsoles that these things offer. This one is just massive though, and it looks in line with some of the softest cloud-like versions out there. But for my feet personally, it kind of reminds me of like an older technology where it's softer, like Phylon style midsole, but it's not really responsive or like cloud-like or anything like that. It's just like you're stepping into a large thing of old-fashioned foam. It didn't feel very good, but it does have a rocker sense to the shoe as well, which is something else that I found really odd, was that rocking sensation off the toe of the shoe. All in all, it's comfortable, just a different comfort than any of the other shoes out here. It's definitely kind of in its own unique lane, at least with this version of the Hoka. If you guys have another version that you recommend me try, leave a comment in the comment section, please. Price point on these were also $150. Moving on to the Adidas ULTRABOOST 20, which now you can actually get for 126 bucks. This colorway, as well as the other ones from the NASA launch, which I absolutely love this color with the purple iridescent sort of chameleon effect to the midsole. I just love this one. I've beat these ones up. They're super dirty. I've worn these a lot. Did a month after wearing review as well. It's a great shoe. Comparison to the original ULTRABOOST, this one has 20% more boost, and it's definitely noticeable. It's the same midsole as the ULTRABOOST 19 though, so it's not that much different from the 19s, and that sensation is much different than the originals as well. It just feels better overall on your feet. A lot more cushion in the back, a little bit in the forefoot, but I wish they would have done more boost in the forefoot, honestly, so I could feel it squish all the way through. It's interesting to say, but this one's probably one of the more firm cushionings out of the ones that I'm showing you, which is odd because the Adidas ULTRABOOST originally was the softest and most cloud-like. Now it's like more of the firm that has some good responsiveness. It's a really, really good shoe though, and it's one that I really enjoy, and I've worn this one probably more than any of them other than the Pegasus Turbo 2s. It's just a all in all really good experience on feet. It doesn't have the most cushion though out of all of the shoes out here, and I'll start ranking them after I show you this last one. This is the Infinity React by Nike, and it has that React midsole again, which has a pretty wide foot friendly track on it. It's fairly lightweight, it's breathable, decent upper, but the React material on here is actually really nice. From a React running shoe, this might be one of the best ones on the market, where you can actually feel it in the front section of the shoe quite well. In fact, I'd say you could probably feel in the front section here more than you can even on the Cruiser ones, which has a huge React stack on the back. But overall, the distribution of the React is really good on this shoe. This is the one that's probably the most expensive one on the table. It's $160, not $150, and I haven't been able to find these on sale for $150 yet, so throwing that out there. But the traction is improved over the Epic React, and I would say that this is definitely a huge step up from the Epic React. It has more React in the midsole. It's definitely felt. It's more soft and squishy. There's still a lot of good stability to the shoe as well. So because of that, this is a really, really good option. If you like the Epic React, you're definitely going to love this version, and it is a better version than the Epic React. So now that we've kind of gone over all these, I'm going to just try to rank these from the most comfortable to the least comfortable, which is kind of a difficult task. All right, so I think this is kind of the ranking, which is kind of crazy to even look at. From the most comfortable, the best on my feet, down, and this is only from the perspective of the softest, squishiest, cloud-like feel on feet, not necessarily the overall ranking of which ones I prefer to wear, but just overall feel on feet. I'd have to say that the New Balance with the Fresh Foam X is the #1 spot as of right now. The soft squishiness of this shoe right here is just my favorite to date right now. When I first tried these on, I was just blown away, and I'm still blown away every single time I try them on. It's just that good. It took over the #1 spot, which was the Pegasus Turbo 2, which has the dual density foam, Zoom X, and React. Next up, I would say the Cruiser 1s are also really, really good. This is a really big, fat midsole. Heavier though, but I'm not judging the weight of the shoe, just the overall cloud-like feel, and the cloud-like feel on this one's really good. Can't even believe this one's next, but the Skechers Go Run. This Hyperburst material is super soft and squishy, and it's actually above some of the other ones in the competition, including the rest of these shoes out here. The Nike Infinity Reacts, this one's probably next in line. It's soft and squishy on feet up through the ball of the shoe. Really like these ones on feet. Next up is a tough call between these two, the Triumph 17 with that power run or the Adidas ULTRABOOST 20s. I would honestly just put the ULTRABOOST 20s next because I'm maybe just worn these ones in more and they're more comfortable. Overall, I just don't really love this shoe, and the comfort of it just doesn't feel that soft and squishy on my feet. I don't know why, maybe it's just me, but it's one that I put in a lower tier. The next, I'm just going to go with the regular ULTRABOOST. So that still has a place in the technology in today's day and age. It's just, obviously, there's other ones that I feel that are more soft and squishy than the ULTRABOOST. And the last one, just because for me it's just weird, is the Hoka joint right here. It goes down towards the end. But that's my honest ranking of like the overall cloud-like sensation on feet, softness on my feet, the squishiness when I take a step. Like this is what I prefer downwards. And shocking to some. If it's shocking to you, drop a like on the video and leave a comment and let me know. Also, if you have other suggestions for ones that I need to try, because I'm all about trying to find the softest, most comfortable pair of sneakers out there. These are the ones that I've currently tried, but obviously there's more out there. Some of them that I'm waiting on in the mail, and other ones maybe you guys can leave in the comment section and I'll give a try as well. But yeah, man, what do you guys think? Have you tried any of these out here? Can you guys vouch for any of these from a lifestyle perspective, if they're comfortable or not? But as I mentioned, all of these are really good shoes on feet. Ultimately, it's like buying a new TV nowadays. It doesn't really matter what you get because all of them are going to have a pretty good viewing experience for you guys out there. Same as these shoes. Doesn't matter which one you buy. From my perspective, they're still going to be really, really comfortable on feet and better than your average like retro sneaker that you try that has a full rubber outsole. But this is, again, my perspective from my 2 feet. I'm sure it's definitely going to be different than your guys' out there. And some of you guys are going to be mad that these are last versus these ones are first, but it is what it is. Leave some comments in the comment section, other suggestions again. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, hit the like button. I just wanted to show you guys kind of summary of some of my shoes that I've tried out. And if you guys like these type of videos, I have more cushioning technology videos on the way. It seems to be something that you guys really like, and I really enjoy bringing you guys that content. Subscribe if you guys want to see more of it, and hit that notification bell if you guys would as well to be notified of when my content goes live. Again, if you guys want to try any of these sneakers that I've shown you guys, link in the description. And hopefully you guys have a good day out there. Maybe we'll see you guys for some more videos very soon. Peace, guys.